You know, for thousands of years, spiritual traditions have talked about these profound states of awakened awareness. But have you ever wondered, can we actually see that? Can modern science measure it? Well, today, we're going on a pretty incredible scientific journey to do just that, to map the actual neurocircuitry of an awakened mind.
So here's the game plan. First, we'll look at the quest to even find these markers in the brain. Then we'll get into how practitioners literally train their attentional muscle. From there, things get really interesting as we explore the crossover into genuine insight, uncover the brain's unique signature for awakening, and finally, we'll wrap up with why this new map matters so much.
So, this really is the big question, isn't it? It's what drove this amazing collaboration between psychologist Dr. Daniel P. Brown and neuroscientist Dr. Judson Brewer. They wanted to know if the states described in these ancient texts had a real, observable, consistent signature in the brain. So what do? They found 30 of the most highly talented meditators you could imagine, people who were handpicked by expert teachers as being the real deal.
Now, let's be super clear about something. Their goal wasn't to, reduce spirituality to just a bunch of brainwaves. Not at all. They were looking for what they called correlates and consistencies. The whole idea was to build a bridge between this ancient wisdom and our modern scientific understanding. To make this happen, they used a super high-density 128-channel EEG. This thing let them watch the brain's activity in real time as these experts shifted from one state to another. And the purpose here was really powerful, to give practitioners tangible, objective proof, a kind of confidence element, to show them that the path they were on was leading to real, measurable changes in the brain.
So, where does a journey like this even begin? Well, it starts with the absolute bedrock of the practice, training the brain's ability to focus, and I mean rigorously training it. It's a process sometimes called the elephant path, and it creates some incredibly clear and measurable effects. And check this out, because this slide shows the core dynamic they discovered. It's like a neurological seesaw. When these practitioners get into deep concentration, their anterior cingulate cortex, or ACC, that's the brain's main attention hub. It just lights up like a Christmas tree. And at the very same time, the posterior cingulate cortex, or PCC, which is the hub for all that inner chatter and mind wandering, it goes quiet. It deactivates and robustly.
But here's the kicker. It's not just that the attention center gets more active, it's how it gets active. These expert meditators hit a state called gamma synchrony. Now, what does that mean? It means that basically all the neurons in that entire brain region started firing in perfect high-speed unison. It's a sign of a brain operating at its absolute peak performance, a truly incredible level of stable concentration. But it is so important to get this next part. That intense concentration, it's not the final destination. It's the launch pad. It's the stable foundation you build so that you can make the next crucial move. Once that focus is locked in, the practice completely shifts gears from just holding attention to developing a totally new way of seeing the world.
So how do you make that shift? Well, it's guided by a practice called the lion's gaze. The best way to think about it is to imagine softening your focus so you can see your entire field of vision at once without grabbing onto any one thing. It's that feeling of panoramic awe, like a kid seeing a massive, beautiful temple for the very first time. And neurologically, this is the exact crossover point where the brain starts to hand off the baton, shifting its main activity over to the parietal system, the part that deals with our sense of space. And this brings us to what is, without a doubt, the most stunning discovery of the entire study. After mapping out all these foundational states, the researchers zeroed in on something incredible, a unique, consistent, and measurable neurological signature for the state of awakened awareness itself.
So what does that feel like from the inside? It's described as this massive expansion, this feeling of spaciousness. It's like going from seeing yourself as a single, separate wave to suddenly realizing you are the entire ocean. The brain is literally rebooting its operating system, shifting from a narrow, self-centered viewpoint to a vast, global, unbounded one.
And for the very first time, science could actually pinpoint the exact circuitry that flips on during this incredible transformation. So where is it? Where in the brain did they find the signature for this massive shift?
Well, first off, they saw that same signature of peak performance we talked about earlier, that high-frequency gamma synchrony. So whatever brain region was responsible for this, it wasn't just active, it was firing on all cylinders at maximum synchronized capacity.
And that red-hot activity was located right here, in the superior parietal lobe, mostly on the right side. This is the part of our brain that manages our sense of where we are in space. It's what lets us take other people's perspectives. And when it fires with this kind of intensity,
The feeling of being a separate, localized me just dissolves. It's replaced by an experience of boundless, non-localized awareness.
As Daniel P. Brown put it himself, this was the breakthrough. He said, awake means awake. It's not just a nice metaphor. For the first time ever, science had found a specific, consistent, observable marker for this profound state of consciousness that sets it apart from everything else.
Okay, so this is some seriously fascinating science, but what does it all mean for us? Why is having this new map of the mind such a big deal?
When you boil it all down, what this research really does is give a modern, scientific thumbs up to what these contemplative traditions have been saying for centuries. It shows that awakening isn't just a belief, it's a real, observable neurophysiological event. It also reveals this incredible brain state where the chattering self-talk goes offline, but this huge global awareness becomes brilliantly alive and engaged. And maybe most importantly, it gives us a scientific map, suggesting that this isn't some mystical, unattainable thing. It's a tangible state of being.
This whole body of work is really a landmark achievement. It's this beautiful, respectful synthesis of ancient wisdom, which gave us the roadmap, and modern neuroscience, which gave us the tools to finally verify that map.
And that really leaves us with a final, pretty powerful question to think about. If we can now actually map the awakened mind, what does that say about our potential? It opens up this whole new frontier for understanding what we're capable of. It suggests that what was once thought to be purely mystical might just be a fundamental capacity of the human brain, just waiting for us to explore it.